Welcome once again to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel. And if it's your first time, welcome. This is going to be a general collective reading. So whatever messages that come out, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. I'm filming this reading on Monday, the 7th of April 2025. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and looking forward to the week. And also, I hope you enjoy in your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining in to this channel, all right, to watch this reading. And please don't forget to check my other readings and videos I have on my channel. Thank you ever so much for your support. Whatever you have done in the past or what you're about to do now is much appreciated, and it does help the channel. Okay, before I start going through the downloads, okay, which I have received, I just want to start off again with this deck. It's called Raise Your Vibration, to keep the vibration and frequency high around this reading. Okay, so let's see what card our spiritual team would like me to select. Okay. Okay, they want me to select this card. It's called, it says, forgiveness brings freedom. Forgiveness brings freedom. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. So the message here, all right, is that sometimes, all right, we might have experienced some form of pain or trauma, or we might be going through that now. It could be something that's happened in the past. And in order to move forward, in order for us to heal from this situation, all right, then we need to find it in our hearts to forgive whoever has caused us pain or some form of disappointment, all right, in our lives. And this is one of the first steps to healing. I know it's not a difficult thing to do, but we could always call on the higher power, our spiritual team, to help us, okay, to help us heal so we can move forward, all right? Because when you um forgive this person, you are able to break free, okay, from whatever it is that is holding you. Because by staying in this sort of energy, okay, what it does, all right, it can create some form of blockage, all right. So it's very, very important, if you want to move forward in your life, all right, then you need to find it in your heart to forgive, okay, whatever it is. It doesn't mean that you have to forget, all right, whatever that has happened, but you must try and forgive, all right. And most of all, the first person you should forgive is yourself, all right. Forgive yourself, because sometimes, for whatever reason, we may do things in life, okay, and these are things that, or accept certain things, different or certain behaviors, because of that's what we were told or taught that that was normal, all right. So what I can do is just let me just read to see what else, all right, our spiritual team would like us to know in regards to this message, all right. So please bear with me. On page 64. So I'm just going. Okay, it says forgiveness. As soon as we hear or read the word, particular situations will come flooding into our heart and mind. Often we resist forgiveness because we feel that certain decisions or actions are unacceptable behavior and that we forgive this. We're letting it slip by or letting others get away with it. Forgiving doesn't mean accepting the unacceptable, though, but realizing that holding on to that isn't serving your healing. It's about realizing that if you knew then what you know now, of course, you would have chosen a different path, but you wouldn't have known unless what happened had happened. We live and learn. Forgiveness is about letting go of the story of the past so that you can be free in the present. It's about letting go of the weight of someone else's bad choices so that they can't affect your current happiness. The universe wants you to know that forgiveness is an organic process. The path will unfold before you. You just have to be willing to walk it. All right. So the vibe of the day is, you could say it and believe it. I am willing to forgive and be forgiven. I am willing to forgive and be forgiven. Okay, because it's a two-way street. All right. We can't, you know, expect people to forgive us and we don't forgive those that have done us wrong. So it's a two-way street, all right? Or a two-way process, I should say. All right, so I just want to just quickly go through the downloads. I did receive a lot, but I'm just going to just quickly go through them, all right? Um, okay, so the first thing, message, okay, that I was getting from our spiritual team is that it's very important to create healthy boundaries, all right? Because when you create healthy boundaries, it's a way of protecting yourself, okay, from certain individuals or people that take advantage over your good nature. All right. So it's very important to do that. All right. And also it's a way to protect your peace as well. All right. Now there's also from what I was also trying to, that there's a lot of illusions that's going through, so we have to use our intuition at all times. Okay, you might be experiencing a lot of projections or negative energy that's being sent to you at this time. Okay, it's all maybe because of what you believe in, what you stand for. All right, and that's just how it is. That's just life, and that's just one of the things that you probably just sort of like need to consider. All right, when especially if you're trying to do what is right, all right, what is pleasing to you as well as the creator. All right, there could be some tensions between Islam and Christianity. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting as well. There's also a situation where somebody might, from it could be somebody from the past, it could be to do with a family member, lover, business friend, might want to you to compromise on something. It could be to do with what you believe in, what you stand for. So just be mindful of that. Also, I came across this the name of this hair salon, and it's something, it was called Scarlet, not Scarlet, yes, Scarlet, sorry, Scarlet hair salon something. But then what my guys was saying, it's something to do with a scarlet letter, and a scarlet letter is basically I think what it is, all right, because at the moment we are in a spiritual war, and I think there are some certain individuals, okay, that might be projecting a lot of negativity, um a lot of that, or doing spell work, all right, against the collective. And what my guys is saying is that they have already been or sorry, they the my spiritual team is saying, okay, sorry, that they've already sent these individuals a scarlet letter, okay, meaning that if they do not stop, all right, what is going to happen? They will be exposed, okay, and that will bring some form of shame, all right, or they will experience that, all right, where people will know who they are, what they did, okay, because I try to find the definition of what um a scarlet letter is, okay, and it is basically it's sort of like it could be described metaphorically, okay, as to something that brings shame to someone, or some form of stigma, or of a misdeed, or due to, sorry, someone's action which can have an impact on an individual's reputation. All right. And two other things I just want to mention as well regarding this is that I remember a couple of years ago, one of or I should say a member of my soul tribe, Daisy Awesome, who is also a high priestess like myself. She's got a channel called Proof of Chaos, and she did put out two karmic channeling, one on arm or a leg, no options, and also one something about a scarlet letter. So when you have a chance, please check that out. Um, Also, someone could be the Chinese sign of the monkey, the pig, because I keep seeing these animals, all right. Also, some there could be something about a roller coaster. Roller coaster is just a reminder of life's ups and downs. If you've seen crows, okay, these are they could represent the spirits of the ancestors, so they might be trying to give us some messages. So if you're on the spiritual path, please maybe take some time out to meditate. Also, they wanted me to highlight these colors, okay, that could be of some useful to you, all right. Red, orange, blue, all right. Red is associated with the root chakra, orange to do with the sacral chakra, which is to do with emotions. Red is to do with our stability. Blue is to do with the throat chakra, which is all about our creativity and the way we express. Also, the crystals, black opal, emerald, and topaz. So some of you might, if you're interested in working with crystals at the moment, so maybe that's something to consider. There could also be like maybe the police might be looking for someone. Someone could be on the run. Someone could also be going into rehab or has gone into rehab. There could also be a rivalry between sisters or some form of conflict. Um, oh, I've just got some more crystals there. Okay. They also wanted me to mention tiger's eye, howlet, citron, carnelian, clear crystal. Okay, that might be useful to you some way. Also, the names I came across is Daniel, David, Paul, Matthew, Richard, Anne Marie, Margaret. Um, the animals, okay, I keep coming across as well, okay, is the horse, frog, bee, eagle, butterfly, tiger, dolphin, and squirrel. Okay. Also, some other things which I have come across as well is reef. Okay, a reef could mean that somebody who have already left or is about to leave. It could be, unfortunately, if that's the case, please accept my deepest sympathy. Okay, there could be something about teeth. I don't know. It could be maybe you have a problem with your teeth or something like that, or maybe somebody's trying to steal something from you. Also, I'm seeing a lot of planes, ladders, which could mean, in spiritual terms, ascension. So you might be ascending. I also came across a banana skin. So maybe somebody is trying very hard to see that of, or maybe preying on your downfall. All right. But please don't focus on this, because we are very, from what I've learned, that whatever you focus on, that's what you will manifest. Also, something about the crown. Okay, so you might be a divine masculine or feminine, and there could be something about uh envy. Okay, there might be people who might be somehow envious of what you have, who you are. Okay, maybe to do with your spiritual rank. Or I also believe that it could be ivy as well. Maybe somebody could be quite dangerous around you, somebody you associate with. And also the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 107, 9, 999, 77, 5, 8, 9, 10, 777, 66, 70, 33, 44, 900, 55, 712, 111, 144, 1111, sorry, 13 and 17. All right, so these are the downloads, right? I got. Now if you are coming across different when it comes to like different animals, names of animals, angel numbers, all right, okay, I would suggest these books. I'll write them in the description box. Angel Numbers. Okay, I've got this one. Okay, which is a very good book. This one is also very good. This one is by Carl Gray. All right, Angel Numbers as well. It goes more into detail. All right, compared to this one. Which is by Fortuna No. And if you're interested in working with angels, all right, this is a very good book. It's called Angel Prayers and it's by Carl Gray. All right, so I'll put the names in the description box. So please check it out after watching or listening to this reading. All right. And another thing that my guys they wanted me to mention for the collective, that if you are on a twin flame journey, all right, or you are hoping, all right, to have a divine partner, all right, or maybe you're expecting that, that everything is done in divine timing, all right, everything is done in divine timing. And if you want to know more about what a divine partnership is and all that things about twin flame and soulmates, please check out those videos which I have put out on my channel. All right, there are many on the internet, but I did put one out where it talks about the path of a divine to a divine partnership, as well as clearing confusion between twin flames and soulmates. All right, so please check them out when you have time. All right, if you are interested in or want to know more about twin flames and soulmates. Okay. All right, so let's see what messages our spiritual team would like us to know. What would they like us to focus on today? All right, to think about, to consider. So I'm going to be using the psychic tarot. Okay, so the first card that's coming, it talks about power. Okay, in traditional tarot, this would be the strength card. All right, so maybe some of you might need that at the moment in order to pursue your goals. Maybe you're going through something at the moment, and you can always call on um your higher power, your spiritual team to help you. All right. Maybe some of you might be going through some form of internal conflict. You might be feeling a bit insecure, indecisive about a situation, or lack the courage to do something. You can always rely on your spiritual team or the higher power to help you. Um, Maybe you're again to move forward in your life, to make the right decisions, okay, and choices, because you've got this card here which talks about movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, it could be that cycle has ended, because you've got this card here, the universe, but um normal traditional tarot, this is the world card here, and maybe it's to pursue your life purpose because you've got the destiny card here. All right, now you could be I don't know, you could be a life path 8, 2, 3, or 1. All right, they could be maybe people, all right, that might be trying to tempt you or speak I should say, like, speak you out of doing what you're doing, because you got the temptation card here. The temptation card represents the devil card here. Okay, so you could be also a life path 6 here. But if you need the inner strength, okay, or the courage to do what is right for you, to do for your what is meant to be for your highest good, you can always call on the divine. All right. And if you have already maybe started something new, what the spiritual team, all right, is saying that you need to be patient, okay, because patience is a virtue, and is also part of the fruits of the spirit, all right. And um okay, so it's to be patient. So whatever it is that you've planted, especially if you've started a business, or you you want to do something now, you want to expand, and if you trust the process, have faith, okay, um that's your, because we work, especially if you're on a spiritual path or journey, you work with the universe, okay. And it's, you just need to trust the process and have faith. And if you do that, all right, your wishes will be fulfilled, okay. All right. Okay, so to check on what's happening around the collective, okay, I'm going to be using this archetype deck. It's called the Oracle of Identity. All right, just check what's going on, okay, around the collective at this time. And I'm going to be using um the Rider Waite Tarot deck to clarify the cards, and some other decks, okay. I've got the Heart's Hidden Secrets. I have the Situation, Mystic, Black Rose, Broken Mirror, and some others, okay, I'm gonna use, all right, to clarify those cards, okay. Okay, just want to give it a bit of a shuffle and see what comes out, okay. What is it we need to know? Okay, now I just want to remind you again that oracle or tarot readings, or is all about energy, all right. These energies could belong to you, or maybe people you associate with, or people around you, or people that's around, whoever it is, whoever is around you or connected to, all right. It's also timeless, and it's also non-gender, okay. He can be a she, as she can be a he, all right. And take whatever messages are called, please take what resonates and leave the rest, okay. What do you need to know? Okay, so the first card that's coming out, you got, okay, the picky one, all right. The picky one, it says here, would rather be alone, doesn't let others in easily, highly selective in love, rejects suitors often, too busy to be bothered, dreamy and unattached. Okay, so this is the first character that's coming out. Okay. Okay, we've got the childlike one, okay, has a playful, fun spirit, connected to the inner child, acts from their true self, can come across immature, may act aloof. Okay, so this is the second character. So let me just see what else. Okay, we've got the volunteer. Volunteers at charity events, kind and compassionate soul, generous with money, time, a care for humanity, someone wants to help. Okay. Then you've got the nomad, world traveler, backpacking, doesn't settle in one place, van life, couch surfing, enjoys no strings attached, used to change. Okay, all right. And then you've got the wannabe. Okay, the wannabe. All right, the wannabe brags about success, big ego, copies other people, cocky and brash, isn't as successful as they say, fake flex. All right. So you have the picky one, the childlike one, okay, the volunteer, the nomad, the wannabe. Okay, now one person could embody all these energies. All right. Um, all right, or it could be different, dealing with different energies there, or different people, okay, who embody these energies, I should say, because as I said earlier, that tarot oracle readings is all to do with um energy, okay, and it's also non-gender, and it's also timeless as well. All right, so um I'll put it like this. I think it's much better if I put these cards like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be clarifying the picky one. All right. So I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck first and see what comes out. Let's see. Holy Spirit, will you please clarify the picky one? Okay, so we've got Two of Cups. Okay. So Two of Cups can represent this could be like a partner, ex-partner. It doesn't always have to be um a husband or wife, okay, or girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be to do with a business partner. It could be to do with a family member, okay, as well. It could even be to do with a work situation here. Okay. Okay. It could be something to do with a past person or past individual, because you've got Seven of Wands here. So if it's to do with past energy, it could be very protective against this person or individuals. Okay. So you could have had some form of relationship with two people, not necessarily one, okay? It would be two people, all right, and you might have left this situation, and you're quite defensive, okay, over this person or people, all right? Maybe when you were in this partnership, okay, maybe there was a lot of conflict, because you've got Five of Wands here. Maybe there were a lot of arguments, um between you, and that left you, you were, maybe it was affecting your mental health because you've got Nine of Swords here. All right. It could even be a work situation. You might have been dealing with somebody who embodies the King of Wands, because the King of Wands, okay, it's some form of leader, okay, or it, and even though you could, even though, okay, you, it's a man on this card, it could also be dealing with a woman who embodies more masculine than feminine energy. All right. And maybe you've moved away from this situation and are probably at peace now, more content, because you've got Nine of Pentacles here. Okay. All right. So let's see what else that's coming out. Yeah, so you could have been dealing with somebody who was maybe somebody who was maybe somebody who's probably quite detached, all right, because it does say here would rather be alone, doesn't let others in easily. Okay, so let's see what else comes out from this. Okay, so the first, I'm using the situation, the situation oracle deck. Okay, and from what I'm getting here, the first card that's on there, it says um not today. So this is quite striking, because it could be that maybe this person was, like when you try to explain something to them or try to have some form of conversation with them, they didn't want to listen to you, okay, to whatever it is. They were quite inconsiderate about your feelings, okay, and probably that left you um feeling a bit insecure, because you got grounding, stability, security, performance, growth, and joy. So maybe you felt very insecure in this relationship, very unstable. Okay. And it could be, as I said, it could be to do with a love situation here. All right. And you have coffin here, new beginnings, liberation, um, reborn and transition, tragic endings. Okay, so maybe you put an end, you might have left this behind. um and again, maybe because of that sort of difficult situation, it could have left you feeling sad, um um made you feel uncertain about your future while being in this relationship. Okay. But you've separated yourself from, or you might have separated, or it could be something that you're going through now, and if you have, or it could be to do with in the near or distant future. But whatever it is, if you're dealing with this person or group of people, they were wearing masks. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else I can get from this one. Just using another deck to see what comes out. Please clarify for the picky one. Okay, so maybe it's they. I don't know. It could be like maybe these people always need rescuing. Maybe because they always do things or they don't make the right decisions, because you got intervention, rescue others involved. Um, Maybe they now want to come back, or they want you to come back to somehow compromise on something. Um, it could be to do it for a love situation here. But there is some form of entrapment here. Okay. If it's a love situation, all right. And if you've already left, it looks like that. And you are not sort of like a spiritual or religious path. It looks like Archangel Michael has cut the cords, okay, from, okay, so it could be a work scenario here. Because you've got Archangel Michael, you've got here protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention here. Okay. Because you do have drastic, extreme, harsh cutoff. So they could have been some form of divine intervention here. All right, and you've cut ties, okay, with this person, um people, all right, and this obviously was a sort of a karmic relation, because you've got karmic third party relationship, where there's, like sort of lessons to be learned for both yourself, all right, and the other person or people. Okay. There could have been some form of past life connection here, okay, as well. And you could be going through some form of ascension at this moment, all right. Okay. Okay, let me just use one more deck and see what comes out. Let's use the vibe one and see what comes out. The picky one. Okay, so it could be a case where there was a lot of tension, you're quite stressed, okay, that left you worried. Or as again, this person or people were probably hiding something, because you got mask, hiding, concealing, deception. Okay, you probably cleared your mind from this situation, or healing, because it does say recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. All right. Um, it could be a group of people or person that you left behind. This person is hoping to have a second chance. Um, or you might be going through a divorce, because it says a distance, or this person or people could be distance from you. It says distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. Okay. And maybe when you were in this situation with this past person or people, or it could be a work scenario, you probably felt quite exhausted, burnt out, burdened, quite, you know, um, just basically really stressed out. Okay, and this again could have been either a this definitely was a karmic tie, okay, or karmic relationship, okay. And you're probably healing from this situation, because you've got laughter, happiness, joy, healing. And maybe if you are going through this thing, or you've just left this situation or this person or group of people, maybe you need to sort of like take time to heal, but that would require forgiveness, okay, which is the vibe for the day, okay. All right, so I'm going to be clarifying the second card. Okay, it says the childlike one has a playful, fun spirit connected to inner child, acts from their true self, can come across immature, may act aloof. So let's see what that's about. I'm going to be again clarifying with the Rider Waite tarot. Okay, so we've got here Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands energy is all about strength, completion, determination. But the shadow side to Nine of Wands is like maybe somebody feels trapped, could be somebody who is very stubborn. Um, okay, maybe somebody who's not giving up. Okay, it could be somebody that you dealt with in the past or dealing with now. Let's see what comes out. Maybe this person, I don't know, it looks like maybe this, whoever this person is, if they're very stubborn, maybe this person is very, could be somebody who is very imbalanced, because you've got Two of Pentacles here. All right, you've got Two of Pentacles here. So if this was like sort of like a third party, or they put you in a third party, so maybe this person maybe had many options. Okay, could have had many options, but again, this person would have been somebody who was very deceptive. Okay, very deceptive. um I think this looks to me like a form of a like a love situation. So maybe this person, okay, who you were dealing with, this person was very childish, very immature. Maybe at that time when you were in this situation, it could be a family, it could be to do with members of your family as well. But wherever it is, okay, it could be again money matter here. But whatever it is, this, you got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is also a very sort of like immature, very slow coming energy here. All right. Um, Maybe they weren't able to make a choice about something. Okay, so it could be to do with love or money. All right, and you could have left this situation and are now healing, because you've got Four of Swords here. Maybe this person, um, maybe there was just no balance in this situation, because you got Temperance here, and the Temperance does talk about balance. Um, you could have been dealing with somebody who embodies the King of Wands energy, because that card came out again. Um, doesn't have to be a masculine energy, could also be a feminine energy. And it again, it could be to do with money, because you've got Four of Pentacles, or maybe it was like a case where this person was not very giving. There was no equal give and take. Um, or it could be a business situation where you probably put more money into a business than the other person, and there was no equal give and take, or this person could have been very deceptive. Maybe they, they could have put more, but they didn't, and maybe lied to you. and said that, that they didn't have when they had. But whatever it is, this person, you know, acted very immature, because that's why you've got the childlike one. It does say comes across immature, may act aloof. Okay. All right. So let's see what use the, let's see what comes up. Maybe using, okay, this person could be holding secrets. They could have been concealing something from you. All right. Let's see what else comes out on this. The childlike one. Okay, so you could be dealing again with a this person could be uh dealing with or you could be dealing with, sorry, uh karmic masculine, or you could be a divine masculine and dealing with dealt with, sorry, or dealing with somebody who embodies this energy. All right. It could also be to do with a twin flame scenario. You could be dealing with a false flame. Okay. This person is hoping to have a second chance. There's reconciliation, making amends opportunity. Um, but around this person or people, there are a lot of influences, okay, that's probably making them behave that way. They could have like they could have attachments or attachment on them. You could They could be dealing or into third party situations. It could be also something to do with the people that they associated with, okay. um, and obviously they must, or probably it could be something that's happening now, or in the past where there was a lot of conflict. It was about conflict, clashing differences, incompatibility here. All right. And if this person again was very immature, this person could have been sending you mixed signals. Um, they could be emotionally blocked, or just, basically they just don't have things put together here. All right. And you probably release this person or people, because it says releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so this person, you might or people that you were dealing with, or this person who embodies this energy, okay, this person could have been a liar, quite deceptive, could have been in another relationship. All right, this person is probably currently unemployed. They're probably hoping to have some form of reconciliation, as I said earlier, from the other deck. Okay, they're probably hoping to get back together with you. All right. They may want to send you a message. All right. Um, yeah. But what spirit is saying that this person is a red flag, okay? So please pay attention to the signs. This person could be somebody who's very deceptive, and could also be have be involved in some form of a, could be in a relationship with somebody else. Okay, even if they may, like call you and say, or send you a message to say that they want to apologize for the way they behaved. Um, but this person or people, they are toxic, okay? Because it says addictions, bad advice, wrong crowd, okay? All right, so I'm going to be clarifying the next one. It says the volunteer. So let's see. You could be in this. You could be this. In this energy. All right. It says volunteers are charity events, kind and compassionate, so generous with money, time, care for humanity. Someone wants to help. So let's see what that's about. Um. Oh, so Holy Spirit, Holy, please clarify the volunteer. Holy Spirit, Holy, please clarify the volunteer. Okay. So we've got 7 of Wands. Okay, so um, you could be somebody who is very protective of your energy. Um, Somebody's quite courageous. Maybe having to defend yourself. Okay, it could be to do it for a group of people because you've got 3 of Pentacles here. All right. Um, you could also be somebody who is very, or I think maybe a lot of people look up to you because of what you do. Um, because 3 of Pentacles, all right, does talk about somebody who is very creative as well. Um, maybe so you're being recognized for whatever, or also rewarded for your hard work. Okay, whatever it is that you do. Um, you could be in this energy, King of Swords energy. Um, Someone who because King of Swords energy, all right, is normally somebody who stands in their truth, speaks their truth. Um, Somebody who has great mental power. Somebody's quite courageous, all right. Or you could be somebody that's, or you've probably are dealing with, or have dealt, or somehow dealt with somebody who embodies, okay, the shadow aspects of the King of Swords, okay, which is somebody who's quite arrogant, somebody's quite judgmental, somebody's quite manipulative, okay. And maybe you were dealing with a person, okay, that wanted to win at all costs, or you could end up, or I should say, you could have been somebody, okay, who was in some form of relationship, okay, with this person or group of people, all right, and walked away from this situation because you got 8 of Cups here, okay, and you probably are now healing, okay, from this situation. If it was a love situation, maybe this person put you in a third party situation that left you heartbroken, all right, or um maybe when you walked away, okay, maybe when you walked away, okay, from this person, you've managed to heal, okay, and this by walking away, okay, it's probably left this person heartbroken and created a tower moment, okay, and this person somehow feels left out of the cold. But again, it's to do with the choices that they made. All right, and you could be in this Empress energy, okay, and as I said that again, tarot oracle readings, all right, is all to do with energy. He can be and it's also non-gender, okay. He can be a she can be a he. So you might even, so even though you are a male, okay, watching this, you could embody the feminine side, okay, because we all embody both masculine and feminine energies. All right, now this doesn't have to also be to do with a love situation. It could be something to do with money as well, because you got Knight of Pentacles here, okay, and you do have Four of Pentacles here, all right, as well. So it could be to do with a business, okay, or business situation or dynamic. Maybe you were enlightened about something that was going on. It could be to do with this person or group of people. And definitely you got the Six of Cups that wanted to pop out. So it could be something, you know, to do with the past. All right. Just take the energy as it resonates, okay? So let's see. If I let me use the, what's the vibe of this? And then let me use this one first. Holy Spirit, clarify. Volunteer. Okay, so you could be in that energy, all right, healing your heart, healing heartbreak, or from somebody who was quite toxic, somebody who had some form of addiction. It could have been an abusive, you could have been in some form of abusive relationship, all right. You could have cut ties because it says a ship, cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression and arriving, okay. Whoever you've left behind or people you've left behind, all right, they probably sort of reminiscing, okay, of what relationship you had in the past. They could be looking at pictures, okay, all right, or missing you. They might want to try and contact you, but you know, you've evolved from this because you got the butterfly, evolving and growth. Next phase, healing in a child, releasing the past. Maybe this is something that this person might need to do. Okay, you could be ascending, all right, at the present time. Um, all right, and whoever this person or people you're dealing with, these people or person was probably quite codependent, obsessive, very possessive, because you had the Four of Pentacles came out, all right, and they could be like sort of like have some form of emotional block, and this person or people were wearing a mask, okay. Let me see if I can use another. Yeah, it looks like there was a lot of conflict here with this person or people. Okay. Um, probably there was a lot of illusions were made regarding the situation. There's a lot of deception here. They probably try to keep you trapped, and if you don't pay attention to the red flags, this is going to happen because this person could probably keep you trapped. All right. You've probably used your intuition to move yourself from this toxic situation. Okay, and it looks like this could have been a divorce or some form of breakup, because it says finality, differences, divorce, breakup, not looking back. Okay. So let's see. So I'm going to be using I'll use another should I use another? Okay. All right. So let me just I'm going to be let me clarify the next card. Okay. From the Oracle of Identity. So we have here the next archetype. It's the nomad. It says world travel, backpacking, doesn't settle in one place, van life, couch surfing, enjoys no strings attached, used to change. Okay, so let's see. Please clarify the nomad. Okay, so we've got here the first card that wanted to come up from the tarot, we've got Wheel of Fortune. All right, so definitely it looks like something, so you might be experiencing, okay, you could be experiencing um some good luck here. There could be some change happening around you or to do with you. You could be in your living your life purpose, your real life purpose. You could be experiencing good luck, um going through life cycles. You could be experiencing good karma, or it could be this person or people that you're dealing with. All right. Maybe some clarity has come regarding a situation, because you got the sun card here. All right. And maybe this person that or people that you are dealing with, they're now in the Eight of Swords energy. All right. Which is probably they could still be in denial. They could somehow be feeling stuck. Okay. um you've got a high priestess, so you could be a high priestess or very intuitive. Okay, maybe someone did you something uh did something to you in the past, okay, which led to a lot of fighting. There was probably a lot of conflict. It could be to do with a marriage, because you've got four uh one's hair. um you could have you know taken the leap of faith to move away from this situation. All right, and you're now receiving your justice because of whatever this person did. All right, maybe you invested a lot of time, energy into this relationship, and you got nothing in return. It could be a business dynamic, doesn't necessarily have to be a personal or family dynamic. And even though you invested a lot of time, okay, you were having like sleepless nights, quite anxious. All right. Maybe you were like somebody who was suffering in silence. um Depending on what the situation is. Okay, it could be to do with love, it could be to do with money, because you don't have Page of Pentacles here, but you've actually closed out, because or that may be something that's going to be doing going to happen, sorry, in the near future, distant future, or maybe it's already happened, because you got the World card here, and obviously you've got the full um God here. So definitely you could have closed out a cycle, okay, in regards to this person, people, or place. All right. You got the world card here. All right. Let me just use this one situation. Okay, let me use the situation love oracle and see what comes out. Please clarify the nomad. Please clarify the nomad. Okay, it says have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, struck by love. So this could be that maybe it could be to do if it could be okay, it doesn't have to be, but it could be that maybe this could you could have been in a marriage or in a romantic relationship, okay, with somebody, because it does, or it could be any form of relation, because it doesn't have to necessarily be to do with love, but it says her karmic. So this was definitely, this relationship was karmic. It says karmic relationship. All right, you probably let go. You probably created healthy boundaries regarding this person or people, because it says go with a snake, charmed or use unable boundaries. So you might have created healthy boundaries regarding these people. Um, you probably now loving yourself, caring for yourself. You're much happier, because it says healthy choices, self love, self care, being happier, love, and life. All right, and definitely, this probably could have led to some form of separation. It may be something that you are contemplating, or something that's you're going to do in the near future or distant future. It says the separation, sadness, bitterness. Okay, or maybe might have already separated yourself and maybe uncertain about your future, but these people or person was wearing a mask. You might have evolved from this situation, because it's called the phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, growth. Okay, um and if you have cut ties, okay, with these people, okay, okay, you probably now starting afresh, because it says new beginnings, liberation, reborn, and transition, tragic endings. Okay, let's we use the shadow. They can see what comes out. Okay, maybe you were dealing with somebody or people who have anger issues, somebody or people who are quite abusive. Okay, this individual could have been quite childish, because someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the terms should be grow up or get out. All right, maybe this person also was quite emotionally distant, or because they're so far away physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again. So maybe that's what they're hoping. Okay, you do. All right, or maybe this person put you in a third party situation, or it could be, I don't know, because it says they're undecided, choosing between lovers, competing for affection. um let's see what else. Okay, got her. Vicious cycle, pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, no win situation. So I think whatever situation you were in, this was a no win situation here. Okay, and you got people who are, um, you know, acting out in devilish energies, all right. Okay, and just didn't take life seriously because you got the Joker here. It's all just a game to them, insincere, just having fun, all right. And they could also have a secret past because it says skeletons in the closet, not telling the whole story. So as I said earlier, okay, before clarifying these cards, these energies, okay, could belong to just one person, okay, that you have to deal with or dealing with now, or maybe in the near or distant future, or it could be um different people here. And as I said, take the energy as it resonates. It could be something. It could be people you're dealing with, or people that you that's associated with other people. All right. So all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify the last card. Okay, from the Oracle of Identity deck, where it says the wannabe brags about success, big ego, copies other people, cocky and brash, isn't as successful as they say, fake flex. So let's see what that's about. All right, so let me just um, get the tarot deck once again and see what comes out. Okay, Holy Spirit, let's just clarify the wannabe, the wannabe. Holy Spirit, let's just clarify the wannabe. Okay, so we've got the lovers. Okay, but again, um, you know, uh, Two of Cups or the lovers card can doesn't necessarily mean a love relationship. Okay, it could mean a business partnership. It could also be to do with a relationship between relatives. Okay, so you could have closed out a cycle, okay, with this group of people, place, workmates, business, um, partner, because you got the world card here, right? So you got the lovers, the world, okay, and because you've closed out a cycle, all right, with this person, all right, this person probably now is probably grieving because you're no longer in their life, all right. um Nine of Cups here. So maybe you felt um happy with this person because you do have Nine of Cups here, okay. So this could be to do with a love situation or marriage here. Let's see, brags about success, big ego. Yeah, so you could have been dealing with somebody who basically was some or a false person or somebody who was very egotistic, all right. um and it doesn't have to be like if you were a woman dealing with a man who could be all in their ego. Could also be a woman could also embody that energy as well, okay. Maybe you were very loving, very giving, all right, in this relationship. um I'm seeing a lot of cups here, so I think this is probably more to do with a marriage, okay, or a love relationship here, okay. Could be family as well, okay. Because cups do represent family as well. Maybe you were somebody very giving, very loving, but whatever you gave to this person, people, they were very deceptive, because um you've got Seven of Swords here. Okay. And again, there was probably no balance in this situation there. You were probably pouring more love into their cup than they were pouring into yours. All right. Because you got Temperance here, which talks about balance, and you got Knight of Cups. So whatever you were giving, you're probably giving more than receiving, because Knight of Cups is a very slow uh type of energy here. Okay. um and as a result, you are probably quite burdened. Okay. Overburdened, I should say. um when it comes to matters, it could be family, it could be a family situation there, um where it was all a balancing act. Um maybe because you've also got Seven of Cups there. So you were probably put into a situation where you just had a lot of, to me, it looks like that you had a lot of responsibility here. Seven of Cups, all right? And, it just maybe because of all that, um, it just probably put you in that Ten of Wands energy. And, even at some point made you ill, because you've got Four of Swords here. Okay. you know and definitely this looks like there was just no equal give and take, because you got there was because you got Six of Pentacles here as well. All right. And you've again probably walked away from this situation here. Okay. Because there was just whatever you gave, it wasn't returned. The same amount wasn't returned um, to you as a result. Okay. And that's probably the truth, because you got Ace of Swords here. Let's see. Let me use the Panther Oracle and see what comes out. Yeah, it could be a work situation where you're dealing with a group of people. Okay. Yeah, because you got third wheel, enemy, distrust here. All right. Let's see here. And if it was a love situation, they could have put you in a third party situation. Maybe this person pretended they loved you, but this person was an enemy. Holy Spirit, clarify one of these. Holy Spirit, clarify one of these. Yeah. This person maybe just wanted to put you in a situation where this person could have been quite controlling, um, a very domineering, because you got marionette here. You probably felt somehow trapped in that situation. Again, it could be like maybe to do with family, or it could have been a marriage situation, because you got care. You got, if you notice, you got two people and a baby. Um, let's see what else comes on. If I wanna be, if I wanna be. Yeah, maybe whoever that treated you bad, or whoever you experience this with. Maybe this group of people or people might be homeless, or they could be homeless. Okay. Um, maybe now needing your help because you got aid here. Um, they could be doing some form of spell work because you got right here. Okay. Maybe they doing some spell work to try and somehow entice you back because you got trapped. All right. And if you are tempted to go back, maybe that's probably a warning not to go back. This person or people are definitely wearing a mask. And if you do, it's going to lead to some form of conflict here. Okay. Let's see what else. I think I have a news. Let's use this one over here and see what comes up. Holy Spirit, just clarify wannabe. Holy Spirit, just clarify wannabe. Wannabe. Oh, okay. The card I want to call. It says red flag signs, cheating, deception. All right, so that's again another warning to not to go back to this person if you haven't. If you are dealing with this, cut ties because it says juices, fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Okay, and if you haven't done that yet, please do. Okay, to self-love. All right, taking back control of your life. This person or people could be, some of them might be unemployed. Okay, also this person or people could be a liar, very deceptive, could be in another relationship. All right, if you're dealing with an individual, again, okay, if you were to come back or take these people back or connect to these people again or have these people back in your life, it's just going to lead to a lot of conflict. Okay, all right, and a lot of fighting as well. Okay. So please pay attention to the red flag. I just use okay. Yeah, they might want to contact you and like somehow say that how they feel lonely, or maybe you are in some form of, you in like maybe in solitude at the moment, healing from the situation. Um, but this person or people you're dealing with, they were quite very they are very withdrawn emotionally. Okay, they could somehow be have a lost soul. All right. Or you might have felt that way, okay, after dealing with this person or people, group of people. um yeah, they might be grieving because you've walked away, but or experience some form of depression, or if maybe it could be you in this energy at this moment. Okay, but these all these relationships, these are karmic relationships, okay, that where lessons need to be learned. All right, you could be dealing with a karmic soulmate. All right, they're probably hoping to have a second chance with you. Because since you walked away or separated from the situation, they probably feel somehow abandoned because you walked away. But it's all about creating healthy boundaries, okay, with yourself, protecting what you have, okay. And as I said, if you are healing from this situation, learn to forgive yourself, okay, and in find your heart to forgive this other person as well, okay, or people, because um you know life, is not a straight journey. And we do it's all about learning from our mistakes. All right. Evolving, growing, and becoming better versions of ourselves, and again making the right decisions. Okay, so what when we've made a mistake, we can always look back and reflect on what's happened and move forward. Okay, all right. So mm, what I want to do, I just want to use this deck and see what messages our ancestors have for us. Okay, so I'm going to be using this deck. It's called the Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom, and see what messages our ancestors have for the collective. It could be to do with what's the messages that we've received, or just general messages, okay, to help us evolve, grow, okay, heal. Okay, so let me just call on the ancestors and see what messages they have for the collective, for our highest good. Okay, Holy Spirit, just what messages you have for the collective, for their highest good. Okay, so you've got wisdom. Okay, wisdom. Okay, also understanding. They wanted me to select this card as well, so okay, so let's see. So wisdom, understanding. All right, so let's see 61. Let's see what's message. Let me just check on that, because I need to just check to see what 35. Okay, so we've got here gaining insight into situations requires us to understand the circumstances without bringing our own biases into the situation. Easier said than done. Hindsight is the most wondrous. Okay, sorry, I should. Okay, let me start with. Let me start with. Okay, doesn't really matter anyway. But let me just read. Okay, okay, let me just start with this one first, because this was the first card. All right, so let me just read on wisdom first. Okay, so wisdom. All right. I prefer to do them in order. So let me read for when it comes to wisdom. So that's on 19. Okay, it says here, wisdom is the insight we gain from experiencing life and provides us with the confidence to make judgments on what we believe in and how we want to live our lives. You are very wise, but often you don't share your opinion due to the fear of people judging you. Right now, it is important for you to stand up and show those around you that you are knowledgeable. But most importantly, you have an insight into this situation that others cannot see. It's almost like you have the ability to save the day. What you are seeing is not visible to others, and when you first point it out, you may not have much support because everyone is tired, but give them a bit of time to understand your thoughts, and they will quickly change their opinions based on your wisdom. All right. So, um, okay. So this is the advice here. So, and that's the message that our ancestors wanted to give to us. Okay, regarding this situation. And the second one is understanding. So I'm just going to read on this. Okay, it says here mistakes are easily made, sometimes difficult to fix, but harder still to forgive. We need to understand that mistakes are not purposeful, but accidental. And on the odd occasion, we all are prone to accidents. Okay? Okay, and the understanding, all right, to this message says, gaining insight into situation requires us to understand the circumstances without bringing our own bias, sorry, biases into the situation. Easier said than done. Hindsight is the most wondrous thing as it gives us perspective and allows us to distance ourselves from the situation to see differently from when the event occurred. This is one of those times when you need space and time to see what has happened clearly. Right now, you are in the middle of the fight and you are only finding ways to survive rather than ways to respond. It's time to catch your breath and call a time out. It will change the outcome of the situation as the other parties need a break too. Let some time pass, then relook at the situation, and it will look very different to how it looks right now. Okay, so this is maybe something that you might need to do, okay, before um you know before moving forward. Okay, because as I said earlier, that when we are in those or experience these sorts of situations, that we need to take time out to reflect, okay, and see what maybe we did wrong, or what we or um what the other person has done. Okay, all right. So let's see what else our spiritual team, what other messages. All right. um let me use the messages from the mermaids to see what comes up. This deck is a very good deck because our mermaids are very much connected to the sea. All right. Which is also doing our emotions. So let's see what message, okay, spirit has for us. Okay, take this one, gentleness. So our spiritual team wanted me to select this card. It says gentleness. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna just 66. Okay, so it says here, be gentle towards yourself and others at this time. Being harsh or using brute strength won't benefit you. There's great strength in gentleness. This merman says that looks can be deceptive and gentleness can be found in the most unlikely people and situations. If in doubt, just look into the heart of a person, for this is where the source of true gentleness resides. The merman holds his torch of truth so that it may illuminate the path of gentleness for you. This card is asking, are you being gentle with yourself? It's easy to be critical and berate ourselves. Our internal dialogue isn't always gentle, so this is something to be mindful of. If you catch yourself being harsh, then forgive yourself and try a softer internal narrative. You'll be surprised at the effect this can have on your general well being. Someone around you is in need of gentleness. Many people use a tough love approach in life, but this isn't beneficial for everyone, especially those who are on a more sensitive disposition. Gentleness is the key here. Think of the wind blowing softly through the trees is powerful enough to move the leaves, demonstrating that there's strength in gentleness. Sometimes we feel we need to be tough to navigate certain situations in life, yet with gentleness comes flexibility, and this means we bend but don't break. This alone is worth pondering. All right, so I think with every situation, okay, there needs to be some form of gentleness here because at the end of the day, with a relationship, okay, there are some things, they could be flaws that you probably possess or the other person, okay? So even if like you've walked away from this situation, please forgive yourself, try and forgive the other person, all right? And just see it as sort of like a lesson to be learned here, okay? All right, so let me just use, I'm going to select one card from the fairies deck. Okay, fairies are spiritual creatures, okay, that are very much connected to nature, okay, or mother nature. All right, so mermaids are very much connected to the ocean, to do with our emotions. All right, and you got the fairies to do with more to do with grounding our stability, um, to do with mother nature. Okay, so also you could use their energy to help us create, be more creative, to manifest more things in our life. All right, so let's see. Holy Spirit of Angels, what message does the fairies have for the collective? Okay, so what they're advising, okay, is for us to go outside to connect with nature. It says it's time to go outside, tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. Okay, so some of us might need to do a bit more grounding, going outside in nature, um, and that can help us to heal any past wounds or anything that you're going through now or maybe in the near future. Okay, it says that when the fairy queen of the forest graces your card, it's time to get out and get close to nature. The magic of your local forest or woodland is calling to you right now. Often the message is simply to get outside so you can recharge your batteries. We can forget to do this when we get wrapped up in our work, particularly if we're sitting in front of screens and computers. So if you can spend some quiet contemplative time in this environment, find a place that calls to you, sit there and just be. Have no expectations, just experience your surroundings and be receptive to any signs. All right, the fairy queen of the forest urges you to feel the powerful peace of nature and to be open to any signs, such as the appearance of certain animals or their actions that might appear during your mini retreat. Okay, you might need only 5 minutes, but you can be assured that this gift to yourself of being in nature will give you much more energy to get on with your working life in a more productive way. All right, so this is a message from the Fairy Queen. Okay, let's see what I'm gonna use one. In fact, I'm gonna select one card from this dragon deck and see what dragon our spiritual team would like us to work with. Okay, because you can use the dragon's energy to help to clear any negative energies. All right, that is, could be around you at this time. Okay, so it says that we can call on or work with the Omega Dragon. Okay, and it says harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. Okay, and then it goes on to say intention, hold your vision, birth for higher consciousness. So let's see. Let me just find out. Um, Omega. Wow. So this is an ninth dimensional dragon. So let's see on 108. Let's see what message they have for us. Okay. So first of all, okay, nine-dimensional Omega dragons carry the divine feminine vibrations of Shekinah. All right. Let me just put it on a stand so you can have a look at the dragon. Okay. All right. Shekinah is the feminine counterpart of Archangels Metatron's higher light and represents pure creative vision. These powerful beings are assisting the birth of higher consciousness on earth. Collectively, they hold the vision for the new golden age, and this will enable us to achieve the intentions set by Lady Gaia for the evolution of the planet. When an Omega dragon comes to you, it is time to give birth to a special new project, pathway, or aspect of yourself that has remained hidden. Call upon these dragons to fill you with the power of divine feminine. This will enable you to hold your vision and bring it to fruition in a wise, balanced, and harmonious way. Most important of all, ask the Omega Dragon to look into the greatest desire of your soul and hold the vision of bringing it into manifestation. All right. So, if you want to bring something about, manifest something new into your life, um, all right, you can work with the or call on the Omega Dragon. Okay. And if you are interested in working with crystals. All right, this is a very good crystal that can help you bring your goals into fruition. This is called this is in tumblestone form. This is called the dragon stone or cinnabar. All right, that's what it's called. Okay. Let me just see this. All right, so like that. All right. So to close off the readings, I'm just going to be just using two more decks. All right. So let's see what spirit animals that our spiritual team, what energy they would like us to work with. All right. Okay, so the first one, it says the giraffe, the energy of the giraffe, where it goes on to talk about reflection. It says, if you are facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You are advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners. Before deciding on a solution, your circumstances need to be examined carefully. Okay. All right, then you've got the crow, okay, which the energy is all to do with the crow's energy is to do with transitioning. Okay, it says which part of your life is or may be going through a transition. Maybe you are changing relationships, career, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. Okay, that's if some of you are seeing a lot of crows at this moment. And then you've got the beaver, which talks about balance. It says, you are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Okay, maybe that's why the fairy queen came out to say that, we need to have a balance when it comes to balancing our work life, okay, with pleasure. All right. And the last deck I want to use is this one called Angel Prayers. You can always call on the angels to help you, okay, in any area of your life. It also includes healing. Okay, I've got here Archangel Uriel. It says, shine your light. You could pray to him and say, just thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. Okay. You can also call on Raphael. All right. He's the divine healer or the divine physician. Um, and you could just say, if you are working with the angels, you could just say a prayer and say, thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Okay. Um, if you're going through some form of transition at this present moment, or you need to, or you want to make some changes in your life, you can call on Archangel Azrael. It says, uh, thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. Okay, or you could be going through this initiation stage at this present moment to help you manifest. You can call on Archangel Orion. Sorry, it says manifesting miracles, Archangel Orion. Thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in my world. All right. Let's just see one more. All right. And then you've got honor your feelings, and this is from Archangel Haniel, who is known as the goddess of the moon. You could always call on her if you are interested in working with the energies of the moon. And it says that, thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Okay, whatever messages that came up, please take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to check the description box because I'll put the names of the books which I showed earlier before the reading. Okay, and once again, if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye.